Good morning. I'm Stephen Toop, and I have the honor to serve as President and Vice Chancellor of the University of British Columbia. Every year at Congregation, UBC bestows honorary degrees upon individuals who, in the opinion of the university community, have fit the criteria of excellence and eminence in their chosen field. Lakeman is one of those individuals, and I invite her now to step forward to receive her honorary degree. Madam Chancellor, it is in the context of the university's commitment to community engagement that I'm honored to cite the contributions of Lee Frances Lakeman, whose life work as a women's equality activist exemplifies an extraordinary commitment to community building. Ms. Lakeman is one of Canada's most dedicated, knowledgeable, and articulate public educators in the cause of ending violence against women. For the past 35 years, she has directly and in collaboration with others responded to some 40,000 abused women callers to the Vancouver Rape Relief and Women's Shelter. Concurrent with her dedication on the front lines, she has undertaken national and international leadership challenges in a tireless pursuit of social justice, ultimately guided by her unflagging conviction that equality for women is a fundamental precondition to ending gender-based violence. As the regional representative of the Canadian Association of Sexual Assault Centres, she has shared vast hands-on experience with colleagues across Canada and assisted parliamentary, legal, and social institutions to bring previously hidden issues to light, to address enormous harm, and to inform Supreme Court decisions concerning violence against women. In Canada, 3 criminal law amendments framed with the benefit of her equality analysis have withstood the test of time and constitutional challenge. Her expertise has often been sought internationally, and in 1995 she served as a special advisor to Canada's Federal Minister of Justice as part of the Canadian delegation to the 9th United Nations Conference on Crime Prevention and Treatment of the Offender. Along the way, she has taken pen in hand and again, time and again, to publish books and articles that have garnered the deep respect of legal professors and commanded the attention of the wider public. Madam Chancellor, in recognition of her extraordinary service to this community and her unyielding pursuit of the social, economic, and legal equality of women, I ask you to confer the degree Doctor of Laws honoris causa upon Lee Frances Lakeman.
By authority of the Senate of this university, I confer upon you, Lee Frances Lakeman, the title and degree Doctor of Laws honoris causa.
now gives me great pleasure to ask Dr. Lakeman to say a few words.
Not without notes in this crowd. I'm very pleased, very thrilled actually to be granted this. And even at 7 o'clock this morning, I was happy this was happening. Just get my glasses. My work has depended and depends still on many great feminists, including a critical mass of feminist lawyers, some of whom are here at UBC. I am forever indebted, of course, to every woman who helped collectively sustain Vancouver Rape Relief and Women's Shelter, my home collective. But most of all, I'm humbled and grateful for every woman who protested her abuse and called out for alliance with us. I believe that together we have made Vancouver and the world a better place. I want to apologize to the young graduates. I can't help it, but I grew old before finishing this work. Equal wages, free education for all, and an end to the phenomenon of sexist violence are among the changes you're left to achieve. Congratulations on your educational achievements. You have a basis now for lifelong learning. I envy you that foundation. In the near future, of course, you'll be paid more money. You'll be presumed to be informed, presumed to have more than average intelligence, with opinions worth hearing. However you got to graduation at UBC, you are among the most privileged people in the world. Your sex and race and class background of your family may lessen your status, lessen opportunity and rewards, but only compared to your classmates, not compared to the rest of the world. Based on your achievements and your privilege, you are granted more influence over our common future than most of the rest of the humans on Earth. What will you do with all that power? If you allow advice, I urge you against pursuing more security, more prestige, more goods. I say, recognize your ability, your luck, your power, your influence. Make it your purpose to put that power to use for everyone. In my opinion, there are three great movements of change overlapping that could give your life both depth and purpose. The movement to save the planet, in which you will need the alliance of the Aboriginal or First Peoples. The movement to establish a more economic order, a more just economic order, in which you will need the alliance of the poor and the people of the Global South. And the movement towards sexual justice and democracy, in which you will need the alliance of the independent women's movement. In each case, these people's movements are confronted with the repressive power of corporations and states. Each profession and each credentialed individual can be and often is used against those freedom struggles. No profession requires its members to adhere to principles of freedom-making or solidarity with these struggles. Often one has to break with, or at least reshape, one's profession to do the right thing for the freedom of others. Rather than prioritizing the individual choice and self-centeredness, feminist Simone de Beauvoir writes that we ought to valorize only that freedom that values and enriches the freedom of others. You will be in a position to help or hinder those struggles. The majority of the world's people are women. The majority of the world's women are brown or black and poor. To liberate the group women from repression is to liberate the majority. You should already know from your studies, as it is well documented, that the liberation of the life and will of women can make the positive difference to establishing democracy, to transforming an economy to a life-supporting one, and can make the difference to the survival of the planet. You might not have been taught to think of violence against women as a cumulative force used to repress each of those struggles everywhere in the world. That force is comprised of the accumulated terror of the individual acts of men's violence against women, but also of the state of impunity that exists around them. Of course, you must reject sexist violence and all forms of discrimination against women in your personal and private life, but privilege requires more of you. You are responsible for shaping that shared future over which you have disproportionate influence. In your new jobs, your future life, I urge you to be upstanding. Please don't talk cynically of free speech when women denounce pornography as hateful propaganda. Don't claim participatory democracy while women are left to do the bulk of unpaid elder care, child care, health care. Don't talk of democracy at all while 1 woman in 4 is raped and 1 in 3 is hit. Don't talk of justice while incest, wife assault, rape remain unwinnable, even uncharged, unregistered legal cases. Don't talk of unbearable costs of social change without counting the bruises, the demoralization, the missing women who bear the cost of the status quo. Don't talk of law and order in the face of a refusal to police men's sexist violence. Don't talk of choice when men dare to debate criminalizing women for abortion and prostitution in patriarchy's predatory sexuality. Don't speak of patience and moderation in the face of our state's refusal to provide for and protect its people and the people of the world. Don't brag of a compassionate society while accepting that some will sleep under bridges and in ghettos of harm reduction and in homes of horror. I ask you to press medicine, social science, and law to commit to the uprising of women, all women. I ask you to please speak with urgency that the more powerful behave peacefully everywhere, of the democratic necessity and obligations to end racism, of the obligations of the rich to end poverty, and of men to end sexist violence. And I ask you to speak of the righteousness of liberty in every instant for all. I chose the independent women's movement as my place to stand from where I would make my contribution. I'm proud of my life's choices and happy for the life those choices have given me. You are granted great influence over our common future, more than most of the rest of the humans on earth. What will you do with your power?